Alright guys, I am back at the house right now, and just a quick little recap of the dive. So today my mission was to go and shoot some stingrays for shark bait, because they make a great shark bait, and stingrays are pretty easy to get, especially when you dive for them and you shoot them. And there's actually a lot of stingrays out there, and it's one of those things that people don't really fish for, and it's an unregulated species. And so what I mean when I say that is the FWC, or that's our state, it's our wildlife police, as you could say, designates on how many of these unregulated species you can kill, and stingray are placed in this category of unregulated species. So for any unregulated species in Florida, you can kill 2 fish per day or 100 pounds, whichever is greater. So if I had 2 stingrays that were 50 pounds, that would be my limit. But I could kill 8 stingrays that equal 100 pounds and keep those 8 as opposed to only killing 2. I had a really good dive out there. Saw so much cool stuff. Saw lionfish, which if you guys are not from Florida and aren't familiar, lionfish are a very big problem down here now in South Florida. They're a very invasive species, and they have just flourished. And I was diving in the intercoastal, and these things I think come from the Pacific or somewhere in the Western Hemisphere, or somewhere in the East. I don't know, somewhere over there. And I don't know how they ended up here, but they're here and they are thriving and they are everywhere. I've heard of them going as far back as into our freshwater systems here, and I saw them in the intercoastal, which is pretty fresh for them. They shouldn't be in there. They should definitely be out in the ocean. Other than that though, I mean, snook, big spawning snook were rolling through. I saw a nice like 20 fish pod. It was pretty sick. And saw some tarpon. Every time I would go down and I'd come up, the tarpon would just scare the living snot out of me. I mean, it's kind of sketchy when you're going down and you look up and there's just a tarpon in your face, or a stingray. Saw the tarpon. I saw a giant 100-pound ray. And if I shot that thing, that'd be a lot of shark bait. But I was not about to get towed across the other side of the intercoastal, possibly out the inlet, because that thing would have taken me to town. If not, would have just ripped the gun out of my hands. Those things are very powerful. What else did we see? Saw a lot of mutton snapper out there, a lot of short muttons. Saw a bunch of maharas, look downs. Look downs, look for that in the future. Look downs, otherwise known as moonfish. I will be doing a catch and cook with those in the future because they're very tasty. Saw a bunch of those. What else did we see? Oh, that manatee. I saw a giant manatee, guys. I'm talking like 900,000 pound manatee. It scared the shit out of me. Sorry to say, but it really did. I was going down and I saw that 100-pound ray, and then all of a sudden I looked to my right and there's just this giant sea cow just in your face. I know they're harmless, but if that animal really wanted to hurt you, or if you provoked it, I'm sure one kick of that tail, it had that giant broom tail. If that thing got anywhere near my face, I'd be toast. Saw a manatee, which was pretty badass. That giant ray. There's just a lot of life in there. You know, you don't really think of the intercoastal as being a thriving ecosystem, but it is. I mean, there's bait there. You saw snook, snapper, tarpon, all sorts of stuff. So I'm beat. It's a lot of swimming, a lot of paddling against the current, but you just make your way, and there's just so many stingrays in there. I'm very excited to use these guys. I'm gonna put one out fresh tonight and put the rest in the freezer. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's definitely something different. I don't really do this that often, but I figured I'd take you guys along on the adventure, and you got to see some pretty cool some dope stuff underwater. You know, definitely a lot of life. Not something you would expect in an area where most people just use it as a sandbar and get shit-faced every single weekend. That's the reality of what the intercoastal has become these days. It's just party boat, party boat, party boat after one another. But there's life there. It's still the ocean. It still dominates. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed, if you guys made it to this end of this video, what are you waiting for? You should be subscribing now. But until that next video, guys, stay salty, my friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, I forgot to add, I think doing a stingray catch and cook would be a neat idea. So if anyone watching this video has ever cooked a stingray, comment below, let me know how it was, let me know how you fillet the damn thing, or how you would season it or cook it or go ahead and approaching it, because I'm not afraid to try new things. So if you guys want to see stingray catch and cook, let me know in the comment section below.